Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joe. Today is March the 3rd. I'll be walking you through Rocket Companies, ticker symbol RKT. I happen to own 100 shares of this company, and I'll talk a little bit about why the stock was up yesterday and what to expect in the next coming few days and weeks. One thing to remember is this is a very interesting short squeeze play, and everybody is talking about it. So there's a lot of price action and movement. So experience a lot of volatility in this stock at this point, and I'll touch base on a few factors that you have to consider as well. If you like this video, also give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to our channel. We're almost 200 subscribers. Thank you, each and every one of you. I really appreciate your support. So let's go to it. Right now it's at 34.06. For the day, it's down by about 18%. For the week, it's up by about 68%. For the month, it's up by about 58%. 3 months, up by about 70%. For the year, up by about 90%. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have 100 shares with my average cost at 20.45. This is one of those stocks that I actually believed in when I bought it back then last year. And the reason was, the mortgage industry is very kind of intimidating, and, a new company, which is like a fintech, I'll say, makes it easier. So if you don't know, Rocket Mortgage, they actually are the biggest mortgage originators in the US. So they are kind of bringing up their A game and doing things differently, mostly online and digitally. So that's why I got into the play first time I bought shares. And for the most part, most people who have this stock know that nothing was happening, and I'll show you the history a little bit, but I want to touch on a few things that you have to put in mind. So March 9, the ex-dividend date, most people are going to get a special dividend of $1.11. So if I have 100 shares, I'll get $111. So one thing to remember is, if you own these shares for this company, don't sell if you want that special dividend. And also, one thing to notice is they did pretty well in the latest earnings, so they'll be doing, I think, $1 billion in buybacks. And also, another important thing to know is the top management own about 95% of the company. So that's why there was like a 40% float shorted yesterday, and that's why we can see the stock behaving that way yesterday. Of course, people try and get some gains and sell, so that's why you'll see the stock going down from yesterday. Personally, I'm not planning to sell it anytime soon. I'm just hoping to kind of ride it out and see how this goes. If it goes to nothing, that's fine. I don't want to try and kind of sell prematurely, and since I held it when there was nothing happening, I might as well also hold it when there's a lot of things happening. The other thing also to know is, yesterday it was halted about 3 times the stock, just because of the volatility. So if you're getting into this play, just be careful. Know that there's so many other factors into play that you can control. So let's check the stats. So currently it opened at 37.08. It had a low of 31.30. So the high was about 39.47. And then 52-week high, it hit $43. The volume today is 74.4 million, and the market cap is 60.38 billion. And you'll see there's a lot of news, talking about the GameStop style short squeeze. Also, another thing to know why this stock had some movement is on wallstreetbets. I think it was the second most talked about stock yesterday. I think also the news channel CNBC, I believe, kind of started talking about the stock, and kind of people started checking it out. So that's also another reason. But pretty much most people kind of knew about the short interest, and since there's only 5% of the company for people to short. That's why it created this mess altogether. I've already given my reasons why I bought into this company back in the day. I'll show you what the history looks like. So we have 29% giving it a buy rating, 57 giving a hold rating, and 14% giving a sell rating. And you see they beat their earnings Q2 2020, Q3 2020, Q4 2020. So it's pretty good if you ask me. So let's go and show you. So it's a stock that I lost money. You can see I had a call in August 31st, 2020, which I believe I lost money. It expired worthless. And that's how I believed in that company, with this company back then. And, after I made that loss, I was like, I'll start buying in. So you can see I started buying in. And ultimately, I made up my full position. I've done a few covered calls, just some change, $24, $15 to try and recover the initial $400 that I lost. But compared to the price action right now, I think I'm okay with that. And those people who don't know what Rocket Company does, I'll just talk a little bit about the company, and then I can give some guidance and where I see the stock going, and then we'll end it from there. So Rocket Company engages in the provision of suite of services related to home ownership and other personal financial transactions. The company was founded by Daniel Gilbert in 1985 and is headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. The listed name is RKT. For RKT is Rocket Companies Inc. And you can see the CEO is Jay Ferner. One thing the CEO talked about, I would say a few days ago in an interview, was he warned actually folks about shorting this company, because most people, when they see a company like this, which has like no movement and nothing going on, they start getting interested in shorting it. He actually warned people about shorting it. And when asked about interest rates, so something to remember is interest rates may affect a company like this, which deals with mortgages. So he actually said that higher or low interest rates doesn't affect them. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense, because if somebody wants a mortgage, regardless of the rate, they'll get it. So if they are having to get paid for the origination of the loan, they'll get paid either way. So the volume might drop, but since they're the biggest mortgage originator, it doesn't make sense not to have a piece of the pie. So another reminder I forgot to mention, this is just for entertainment purposes only. Consult with a professional and do your own due diligence. Thank you so much for reaching this far. Let me know if you have this stock, where you think it will go. I actually personally see it getting back to $36. We have a lot of calls expiring on Friday. So, when also big companies who shorted their stock are trying to avoid the ex-dividend date, so a lot will try also sell. That's just what I see happening. So expect a lot of price movement as well, but I see us going to around 36 and above, and also maintaining. But also expect a pullback, just because the market is also red today. So a lot of people will be taking their money off the table to go into other place. So be very careful, be green, be safe. See you on the next one.